Hi, girls. Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be able to do some recordings today. So you're gonna have different during the next couple of days, maybe looking like this. But I need to kind of do short videos so the message get on point and you don't get a lot of information at one time. So today I'm gonna be talking about the galactic people before the end of the year, and so I'm gonna tell you how was my experience when I start connecting with them and everything that happened. They want me to do the full story before the end of the year, so you will have a better understanding of everything that happened. So from now on, we can focus in the messages, how it happened, and how to keep helping each one of you. So my journey started like well, I've been doing this for 22 years right now, but my spiritual, I would say my spiritual journey or my spiritual path, maybe it started maybe like 7, 10 years ago. It was a growing process, connecting with all of my guides, really understanding how they work, and feeling my energy going up and up. Most of my awakenings, most of my, I would say, ascensions, I didn't really notice. It was more like shift energies for me, or it was something that it was kind of natural. But at the end of 2019, around October, September, October, they really start pushing me about connecting. So it was really difficult. But that time I started experiencing really the fifth awakening. We are going to be talking that in the spiritual aspect. But in my fifth awakening, I finally connect with my higher self. Have I always kind of knew how to connect with that conscious or that part of me, or my whole concept, right? I was able to receive messages or like feel her, I would say. But it's not until September, October that I finally do that connection. Finally, I was one with my higher self. Like I can start living in this body as my full concept, having memories of past life in a more clear sense, even in other galaxy, other planets, and everything. And then I, it was difficult. It is part of what it was always my journey. I always felt like I was here to help people to connect with the higher self, to be that bridge. That's one of my things that they told me. But I knew that I was here to help each one of you to connect in that aspect. So I finally did it. I finally connect, like I finally fusion this consciousness, this part of my higher, this part of my spirit that is living in this body with the one that is up there doing everything that they need. Remember that we came here just a part of that higher self, a part of that who you are as a spirit. We don't come here, we don't reincarnate in the full aspect. So by that time, I saw myself. I was able to go to my planet. I really get a lot of information about my journey as a spirit, how I was created, what are my star seed roots as a spirit, right? Who I am as a spirit, right? That's an important thing to know. And then they start connecting. These people, they start working in my body. I start feeling things in my body. Then I knew that I was in one of the, I would say like that was my second DNA activation. I think that 3 years ago I have one, but I didn't knew what it was. So, but this time I was more aware. They already told me I was able to see these star seeds or galactic people. They even told me we are the Galactic Confederation people. So I was like, oh my God, I never really believed in those things. Being honest with you, it's not until I was able to see them, communicate with them, that I was like, oh my God, this is real. So that's why I always said I never talk about things that I don't experience, I don't really went through, believe it or not. And I want to get you my opinion. So this time, girls, I really believe, I really know in every part of my bone that this is real. So as the year passed, we start hearing about this sickness, right? About this thing going on. I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to get detailed, but we start hearing about that. we start knowing about something that it was going on, and they keep pushing more and more, like it was important, like something is coming, a lot of things are going to change next year. Sorry, girls. So they really kind of prepare me because they want me to be able to. For some of us, we start having these feelings of researching, knowing, living about a lot of things in our life. We feel it was a huge awakening for every person, because the awakenings is just about expanding your knowledge, your spiritual knowledge, knowing more, believing in something more bigger than what you were believing already. So for me, it was an awakening too, in the sense that I was knowing them for the first time, getting all of the information. So that's how it is with each one of you. You're gonna start feeling, you're gonna start receiving messages for all of my star seeds. You are knowing, you are getting in the process of knowing who you are. So just be prepared. That's why it's so important that we know the spiritual process of this. So not just that, something that they kind of start making me understand it was what it was behind this thing that it was happening. So in March, after finally kind of understanding, we went to a shift. So again, we were going through a lot of things, but this shift, it was more difficult, more heavy than other shifts, because it's a lot of fear now, it's a lot of manipulation, it's a lot of hidden agenda from bigger people. Yes, you will know that. I'm gonna tell you later what is their perspective and as I see it. So they told me that I am a bridge. I was created to be a bridge, to help each one of you to connect your own self with others. These galactic people, the messages, they can be really blunt, they can be really direct. They don't see life, they never have a life in here. So they already, sometimes they don't understand the struggles that we have to go through. And for them, it's more important the individual aspect, so we can keep helping the collective. They don't see the collective as the goal. No, they see the individual work as the most important thing for the higher goal that is not the collective, is the equilibrium of the universe, is the equilibrium of this planet, is the equilibrium of everything. So that's what they're more looking into. And for us as individuals, keep doing the work, because the collective, if you do as individual your work, you do what you need to, and practice what you are learning, practice and start living in that way. That is not easy, but when you start practice and living, eventually that can create a ripple effect, create a wheel that everything starts flowing through you, and people start flowing through them and through you, and the collective really maintain an equilibrium. We cannot help, we cannot do for others if we don't do it for ourselves. So that's why they are pushing us to focus on us, to learn that we have the power to create by yourself what we need to manifest. I can tell you that my last process was in November recently, and I went through my last, I would say not my last activation, but I would say like almost my last activation. I went to my Merkaba activation. I went through going and having my elixir of life. I went through having one of the 7 rays done or put on me. I received a gift from them, a companion, someone that I kind of have a connection telepathically. Most of you will maybe think that I'm crazy, but it was a dragon. You even don't know it was a dragon. But all of this experience, I'm gonna try to explain it as much as I continue, so you understand a little bit more. But in that aspect, when I get that, our final mission, our final steps, or part of the final step, that they're pushing us, because remember that we're going home. We are going home finally. We are going to be in our dimension, in our frequency. So our last, kind of like one of the last things that you're gonna be experiencing is finally living in the fifth dimension in here. Don't get me wrong, we cannot manifest the full fifth dimension because we are bound to the regulations and the limitation of this third dimension, but being able to manifest, create, to live in that beyond, in that another reality, I would say, in a more far away reality, and being able to see it happening one through another. Like, I would say, like almost like a deja vu, but no, a deja vu because you know that this is something that you are living for new. You just manifesting something that you already knew it was coming, and something that you were already putting out there. So it is really difficult at the beginning because you feel lost. You want to feel that you are living in two different realities or dimensions, that you are in between places. Like, you are completely full. You're gonna have a life. You're gonna remember. You're gonna know everything that you're doing up there. Whatever is your abilities in here, eventually they're going to grow, and you're gonna be able to understand everything. You're gonna be able to see and feel or hear everything. Like, I know that I'm working there. I know that I'm doing certain things. I know how it is over there. But I'm living in here at the same time because my conscious is one. Now I'm one. And I'm working with my body. That is not easy because with all of this process, your frequency, your energy frequency is going to go huge, and your vibration is going to be different. So you're gonna be alone. You're gonna feel that you're gonna get alone. So this is why it's so important, this community or this place now. And because we need to get support to each other. And the body, because it's bound to this, can limit certain aspect of the spirit, but I don't feel limited. I don't see life anymore as I used to do. I don't feel that, or I don't believe in the same thing that I believed before. Now it's so different. It's like a huge aspect. And I want each one of you to get there. So that's why it's so important, the spiritual aspect or the spiritual um, way as well. Because the spiritual is not about what you are, what you want, what you believe. It's about who you are. And you need to go and look that. You need to follow your heart, follow that code that you're having right now. So I can tell you that working with them, working with my Ascendant Master, working with the higher council of consciousness, they are the consciousness of each dimension. They are just pure energy, they're consciousness, so they can communicate more telepathically. They don't have really a form, but they don't have a physical kind of form, but they have a form, but it's energetic. And they are the one that have everything storage. They are the one that kind of in charge of everything that is going on. And the galactic people is the one that is making it happen through us, well, the workers. We remember, we are workers of light, helping the light workers to come here. Okay, so it is. Remember, that's the right way to say it. Light workers that are walking into the light are the ones that are searching for people like us that work for the light or from the light to to help them, each one of them. Okay, so it is. So that's the way that it is. That's the way that I want you to know. It's not an easy path, in the meaning like the awakening or the opening eye that you're gonna have is going to be challenged. Changing the people around you, changing the way that you feel, changing the way that you look. So you're gonna want to manifest as you are there. You want to manifest what you're feeling in the full concept of your higher self. That's why they're doing this. They're making me do this. The messages are more for preparing us. They are more for helping or understanding what is going on. Okay, sweetie. So this is the first video of the one that I'm gonna be recording during the day or during today. I'm gonna be posting them almost like each day. But I wanted to let you know how I get in contact with them, how I start communicating with them. Sometimes they don't give me names because I can see them. I know that for some of you, names are important. So as much as they gave me names, I'm gonna be giving you names. For them, is the important is like the message get there. I'm gonna try to describe some of them when I see them, but they like to communicate really, and they like to channel. a lot. So let's see what is in storage through their eyes and what else they have for us. But for now, I'm gonna keep giving you all of the information that I know that I've been gathering, so you have a better idea, and then we can maybe already in January we can start giving the messages. We have a lot of work as a star seed, as an individuals, and an individual helping this dimension, this collective. Remember, you first, and then everything else go and flow through you. Because at the end, we are one, or we are everyone. Okay, series. So I hope that this video really helped you. Please share, invite people that you think that they're kind of going through something that they are opening their eyes to this Patreon. Let's make this a huge family and gather as many star sisters as we can to help each other and to do the work that we need to do. Okay, sweeties? My journey is just to be the bridge to help each one of you with the messages. Be a bridge for the messages to you, be a bridge to you, to this consciousness, to your higher self. Okay, sweetie? So thank you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.